Hey everyone, welcome to yet another episode of Pesto, where I deep dive into the lives of Pesto developers who are doing phenomenal things with their lives. And I'm just curious about their journey, which is what excites me the most, and I'm sure you will enjoy the same. So Shadab graduated from Pesto in March 2020, and he ended up becoming an indie maker, and he built and sold a company called TweetFlick. So we'll deep dive into his journey of how he went from being a developer to becoming an indie maker and building and selling a company of his own. So Shadab, welcome and thanks for taking our time and sharing your journey with us. We are very, very curious to, dive deep into your journey.
Thanks a lot for having me. Like, it's a pleasure.
Awesome. So would love to understand, Shadab, where are you from and how did you end up becoming an engineer in first place?
So like I'm from Bihar, a district called Saharsa, and I went to study and all, and then I took mechanical engineering for my major, and though I was like studying mechanical engineering, but being in the college, I like was interested into softwares and all. So this is how my journey started.
Wow. So you were in mechanical engineering and you ended up picking up coding. How did that happen?
Yeah. So like in college, when I was there, like with softwares, you can do a lot of things. You just need a laptop and you can solve a lot of problems. So there was a problem in my college of having notes. So me and one of my friends built a website so that people can upload and download and all. Even teachers used to use that. So that was a pleasure for me. So yeah, from there, that's the starting point for me into software. Then I took it seriously in third year that, okay, now I have to go into like software companies and be build my career into software. So from there, I started learning and all.
Wow, that's phenomenal. And what was the experience of, sort of you learning? I guess like since you never really enrolled into a computer science course, right? So you probably learned everything by yourself. Curious, how did that happen, and what really helped you realize that this is something which you want to do?
Yeah, that's true. It's a bit hard when you don't have a computer science degree, and when you talk to computer science graduates, they will be like, actually, one of my senior told me that, why don't you do MBA? Why to go for another kind of domain, softwares and all. So anyway, but yeah, like when you have a curiosity, when you put your time and when you do to give the efforts, it'll take some time, but things will yield. So for me also, it took a lot of time. When I was in TCS, it was not actually a software development. Like I was just, it's not actually a software development job in TCS. So it's still like, so that's how you do. Like I tried and actually took courses online and all. So yeah.
Oh wow! So what were you doing at TCS? Like, what's the skill?
Yeah. So actually, so there at start, I was put into a support project where you
Gotcha.
you don't write code. Actually, you just solve tickets and all. So, but I thought like actually to management that because I was aware like I need to go into web development. I don't want to learn Oracle. I don't want to learn SAP or something. I need to go into web development. So actually, one time they were like teaching me how to use a Oracle module. So I told that I want to know how to build that module. I don't want to know how to use that module.
Gotcha.
So anyway, so from there, so after fighting, I guess 3 to 4 months, I got into a development project, and it was related to blockchain. Actually, when I was in college, nice. In 2017, actually, so a lot of things were going on. I also did crypto mining, and that is a whole story.
Oh wow. That's
so
awesome.
Anyway,
Yeah.
From there, I got to know about blockchain. I started like doing Solidity and also from there, I know, okay, TCS have some projects related to blockchain and all. So I need to go and get into that. Then I somehow got the opportunity and then I transferred from like Delhi to Hyderabad. Then there I started writing actually backend and some blockchain stuff and then front end and all. So that after fighting a lot, I got a development project. And then while being in that, while working on projects, I started improving my skills. especially JavaScript and all. And then kept on trying. Like Pesto gives you 3 months of like once you fail, after 3 months you can reappear. So like I guess I appeared 3 times, and that failed.
Oh, wow.
Then in fourth time, I guess I was qualified. So yeah, that's how. Actually, from very start, I was trying, like I need to get into Pesto. From from the time I got into TCS. So I thought, okay, that is from there I'll go and gradually I'll grow. So yeah, that's how.
Gotcha. No, that's awesome. And just curious, like what really, was making you curious about, or really encouraged you, let's say, to get into Pesto? What were you looking for at that time?
At that time, so actually one of my friend told me that, okay, something like this is there, where even though if you don't have a computer science degree or something, it doesn't matter. You just need to qualify that test, and then they will help you improve your skills, and then obviously help you get placements and all. So that was the motivation, that whatever I have, that whatever skills I have, that is fine. But once I will get into Pesto, then I'll be like more exposed to the real world kind of scenario, where how do you work in a team, in a production kind of scenario and all. So that was the motivation. So that and obviously package will be the next motivation. So that's the thing. So when you are in TCS, right? Even though I was trying externally trying to do interviews, but because of your background, you're in service-based company. It's hard actually. So yeah,
absolutely.
So I thought, okay, if I get into Pesto, I will have a platform, and then we'll talk about more about what things happens during that.
Got it. No, that's amazing, and I really want to jump into your transformation from this job to a software developer, and to being a creator and an indie maker, and you ended up selling your company, right? So I think most of us are really curious about that transformation. So let's talk about how you first of all became a much better software developer, and how did that transition happen? Like, how did you get to know about this indie maker movement, and how did you start on building a project? I know, like, there are a lot of people here who are good software developers, but they don't know much about side projects. So would love to know more about your experience. How did you get into it, your first side project?
Okay, so side project. So actually, I was so when I joined Pesto, and after that I joined a company. So the company I was working for, actually, it's based out of, even though it's based out of India, but the founders are in US. So we used to work with some consultancy companies. So their developers were there. So anyways, I learned a lot from them actually. Like it was very awesome experience. So that's one perk of being in Pesto. Like you get to work with these kind of people. So yeah. So after that, so in the early days, it was too much hectic. Like work was more. Then gradually, it also my skills went up.
Yeah.
So that the things which was taking one day, I could have done in 4 hours. So then I got some time. Then I started exploring, because this was from very start. I thought, like, I need to build something of my own. So I was introduced to these indie making, that okay, only by funding you cannot create company. You can go build your own and all. So I met one friend, and then from there we started exploring that, okay, what can we build in very quick manner? So that, okay, bookmarking issue is there on Twitter, so let's build it. So we started building, like we built in 15 days or something like that.
Wow.
And then so then we launched, and from there all those things started. When we found some issues, that's why we exited also. Yeah.
That's amazing. So just quick one, how did you identify this problem? Like you mentioned that bookmarking is an issue on Twitter. What's exactly the problem you identified, and what did you build? A quick 1 minute.
So let's say you are using, if you are like, you use Twitter quite often. So a lot of resources people share and all, and which are very good for you when you can revisit it, rethought it, and use it in your doing something of your own. Maybe let's say someone shares how to be effective remote workers, and you want to save it. But so when it's on your timeline, it will be lost, right? So there should be a way to save it so that later on you can come to visit it. Even though Twitter gives this bookmarking feature, but you can't actually filter it. You can't actually give tags to it. You can't really manage it in a good way. So that's what and a lot of people used to talk that, okay, it would be very good if something like this existed. So from there we had this like kind of small idea validation that, okay, this thing may be needed. So then we started building. So, and what Twitter doesn't give, like you can search through complete of save tweets or filter it or have tags in it and other things. So that's what we did and tried to build.
This is amazing. So a platform on top of Twitter to make your Twitter more useful, right? That's great. So go ahead.
Yeah, we had like Chrome extension through that, and also a like Twitter bot. Like you mention our Twitter handle, and it will save for you that.
Amazing. That entire thread.
Yes. Yeah. Thread or tweet. Yes.
That's pretty cool. So how's this? You mentioned that it only took like 15 days to build it, right? And I'm guessing like you were doing this on side or full time.
Yeah. So it was on side actually. It was on side. So me and one of my more friend was working. So we were two. So that's why we were able to do it in 15 days. And this is the problem with when you come about building products. And as a developer mentality, you think, okay, I'll use like microservices and this and that and all hell out of. You don't need to go in that. Once your product is validated, that okay, this is a solution I'm building which people want. Then you can go and talk about scaling up. So we just took MongoDB, Node.js, and React in Next.js. Nothing else. We just hosted it like in a monolithic approach, and then so we didn't think a lot. Like just build it, ship it, and then evolve it according to users' input.
Amazing. And this process is called, I think what you're trying to say is that you built like a minimum viable product with least effort to really test the market, right? I know like a lot of people today see Shark Tank and they would sort of get used to these terms, but I think like from a developer's perspective, it's there, right? Like a lot of times we think building a company is बहुत complicated. You need funding, you need a lot of infrastructure, you need a team and वो सारी चीजें, right? तो कैसे ये आप मतलब the way you are talking about it, I am pretty sure कि you felt it was not as difficult. So using less stack is great, but what did you do on product side of things, like deciding कि बनाना क्या है, तो वहां पर क्या thought process था?
So like users first of all एक entry point कि how we will take those tweets which from the Twitter website and then put it into our system. So first of all तो ये think करना है कि हाँ कैसे इसको लेके जाना है. उसके बाद like what people want to do. People want to easily search through it. So we need to make a search feature. What people want to do. Let's say I follow different kind of people on Twitter. So I follow some Bollywood, I follow some tech guys, so I want to maybe make some kind of tags that, okay, all these tweets are related to tech. All these tweets are related to cricket. So that's one. Then I want to filter. I want to see all of the tech tweets which I saved. Or then I want to filter that, okay, I follow Ayush. So whatever tweets Ayush has done and I have saved, I can just search Ayush and then it will show. And so these are kind of common things which usually on softwares are filtering, sorting and all. So you take this and apply it onto saved tweets. So that is how the features of we thought like, apart from
go ahead.
Apart from I was like just trying to mention it. It's not always like you have to be a developer. Even people with no coding skills are using no code tools and building products.
Amazing. Yes.
A lot of people are there. Recently, I know one guy, I don't know. So he actually he runs a like list which gives you potential customers. So he went to somewhere and they asked like $50,000 to build that platform. Then he was like, how can I spend that much? Then he took some no code tool and he built his own. And then he had like $500 or $1,000 MRR, monthly recurring revenue.
Amazing. It's crazy.
Even that is a way that people using no code tool and doing.
So yaar, what are, agar if a developer does not want to spend a lot of time coding, just want to play around, or if somebody jisko, software development nahi aati hai, what are the 3 no-code tools which you would recommend and, with which people can get started, or maybe a couple of them?
Actually, I'm not the right person to do that recommendation, but whatever I've heard, like there is Bubble, and so let's say there is Bubble for complex applications, and let's say you have some idea which needs a static website. You want to have lists or something like that. So you can use Notion to website, Sheet to website, and like Notion to website. This is called Potion. So these kind of ways are also there to build these kind of websites. If you have a specific domain knowledge and you want to give, these kind of tools are there. People use. Actually, when you want to build it, you will find it. So it's not an issue actually.
Nice. तो अभी users पे आते हैं. आपने ये website बना ली and you identified the problem, but first 100 users कैसे आए? And what were your learnings from it?
Mostly वो users मेरे Twitter से ही आए थे. Like I'm active on Twitter और actually Twitter का ही product है, like Twitter platform पे, तो वहाँ से users थे हमारे. फिर product and launch के से भी हमारे users आए थे. Apart from
amazing. Tell us more about
the ways.
Tell us more about Product Hunt. Like, what is Product Hunt? How did you discover it? And उससे क्या फायदा हुआ?
Okay, so like Product Hunt discovery तो ये indie making community से कि okay we launch your products on Product Hunt. बाकी Product Hunt एक आपको जंप दे देता है, लाइक लॉन्च की वजह से बहुत ट्रैफिक आपकी वेबसाइट पे आ गया, ये होता है. लेकिन मार्केट वैलिडेशन वो नहीं है. एक अच्छा प्रोडक्ट है, लॉन्च मार्केट या प्रोडक्ट वैलिडेशन नहीं होता. तो लाइक इट्स गुड फॉर लाइक गेटिंग मोटिवेटेड. लाइक जिस दिन हमने लॉन्च किया था तो लाइक वी वर सो एक्साइटेड. कभी हम लोग टॉप पर थे, फिर कभी सेकंड, फिर कभी टॉप, कभी थर्ड. तो वो लाइक इट्स काइंड ऑफ बट दैट्स गुड फॉर लाइक गुड टू लॉन्च और एक्सपोजर के लिए होता है. लेकिन एक्चुअल में जो प्रोडक्ट है वो प्रोडक्ट हंट के वैलिडेशन से नहीं है. वैलिडेशन तो आपका कस्टमर ही करता है प्रोडक्ट का कि हाँ सच में इसकी जरूरत है कि नहीं.
Amazing. And Product Hunt gives you एक visibility boost से आपको एक absolutely
boost for your traffic on website. Now a lot of people will come, and if really they are the customer, then they'll buy it.
Amazing. So after this Product Hunt launch, I'm sure that you got that boost on in terms of users, customers, BI. Anything which you can share? What really led to this acquisition? You ended up selling this company, which is amazing, right? As an indie maker, ये कैसे हुआ? If I look at it from the lens of anyone out there who is building something, at what time you know कि यार मैंने value create किया है, and I'll be able to either grow this or I'll be able to sell this. How do you come to that conclusion?
So like कुछ metrics थे कि जिसके वजह से एक प्रॉब्लम आ रही थी समझ की ओके इसको जिस तरीके से हम जिस विजन के साथ लेके जाना चाह रहे हैं शायद चैलेंजिंग है वो चीज करना. क्योंकि प्रॉब्लम ये थी कि लाइक 600 और समथिंग यूजर्स थे हमारे, 500 और समथिंग उस टाइम. लेकिन जो उनका लाइक रिटर्निंग रेट था वो बहुत कम था. लाइक पीपल सेव इट, पीपल डोंट हैव दैट मच बैंडविड्थ टू गो एंड अगेन लाइक go through. So people use a lot of social things, right? A lot of they have signed up. So they don't have enough bandwidth to go again and think about it. So that was actually what we felt the challenge was. Like so we wanted to bring one paid version of it, right? Like so when we see this metric that okay people are not returning, so what's the reason for that? So then we thought okay if it's not working like that maybe we should exit and let someone else take it forward from there, because maybe we are lacking something which someone else can give it. So that's why then we listed it on micro acquire and this tiny acquisition and all. And from there, people reach out to you that if they are interested in buying.
Amazing. So let's talk about this. आपने product बनाया, problem identify किया, product बनाया, and users आ गए. What is micro acquire? What is tiny
acquisition?
Tiny acquisition, and how did you get to know about it? And इसपे, what was the experience of listing your product?
सो माइक्रो अक्वायर पे हमने लिस्ट किया था. तो खैर अब तो माइक्रो अक्वायर माइक्रो नहीं रह गया, मिलियंस ऑफ डॉलर की कंपनीज भी माइक्रो अक्वायर से हो रही है अक्वायर्ड. सो माइक्रो अक्वायर पे हमने लिस्ट किया तो बहुत सारे रिक्वेस्ट आए, लाइक मे बी 15-20 के आसपास क्वेरीज आई कि या वी आर इंटरेस्टेड इन बाइंग, यू नो. बट लाइक डील सेटल नहीं हो पा रही थी. फिर हमने टाइनी एक्विजिशन पे भी लिस्ट किया. तो उस पे लाइक so the guy who bought, he's like a lead in Google actually. So he reached out that okay, I'm interested in buying. So from there we had some like to and fro. We gave the demo of the code base and all. Okay, this is what we are using and everything. And then he was like, okay, let's do it and all. Then we initially tried actually using some escrow.com, but it didn't work out. So then he just transferred the money, and then we actually sent him the code base and all of the access and everything. So
amazing.
Through Andy making community, actually, I got to know about these platforms.
Yeah. So what are your top 3 things if a software developer tomorrow wants to become an indie maker and wants to get started with building side projects and selling it? How does that process look like? Where do you get started?
Yeah, it's a good question actually. So identify a problem, build so first step, identify a problem. Then usually people say that okay, you should do the market validation, but as a developer, that amount of time you will so why I am, maybe this can be wrong, but what my thought process is. So first of all, identify the problem. Some kind of validation you should talk about, like okay, I'm thinking about building this. If you are active on social media, Twitter and all, that is the way to a little bit of validation. And then just build it. Build it and then launch in front of people. But don't take 6 months to build this product. Build it in 15 to 20 days or something like that. Like not more than 1 month actually.
Move fast, break things, right?
Yes, that's the holy grail of indie making. Fast iteration. Yes. So you need to build it and then put it in front of users. So second, quickly build it. So why I'm saying that too much talking about, like keep talking 15 days for the validation is not good, because let's say you are starting from first step, right? You never build a product, so it's better to build a failed product rather than having nothing. Yeah, it's better to. Absolutely. So if you have something in your hand, okay, this is a failed product I built. Any indie maker you see who is like doing maybe $5,000 or $10,000 for MRR right now, they have at least 8 or 7 failed products in their belt.
Amazing.
Then
so get started. Don't overthink it, right?
Yes. So that's the second thing. And then third thing, that try to have how will you distribute it? How will you sell it? What will be your ways to do it? But still, even if you don't have that answer, build it. If you are doing it first or second time. And after that, you don't have to ask anyone. You will yourself know that, okay, how should I approach?
That is amazing, Shadab. All 3 great points. How does someone enter into, the indie community? What are the communities to explore if somebody wants to get started? Is there a Discord community? Is there, a place where you can go to for this?
So I actually, we are into 1-2 indie making community on Telegram, not Discord. And then Twitter, like search, you can, a lot of people are there whom you can follow, like Bootstrapper, indie makers. You can search with this kind of thing, Bootstrapper and all. And you can reach out to me as well, and I can tell you.
Where can people reach out to you? If people want to reach out to you and get in touch,
Twitter is best. Twitter. We'll share
Awesome.
handle there.
Absolutely. We'll also link
Yeah.
Shadab's handles in the description below, so you guys can check out his Twitter handle and sort of reach out to him if you need to. One last question: what's next for Shadab? Where are you headed from here? What are you working on? Something new? What's up?
Um. Yeah. Actually, we are building a small product. It's called Faptic.app. So
Mhm.
yeah, that's what it's still in beta, private beta. So we haven't launched it yet officially. So
Nice.
actually, it helps you with like it's a small graphics editor tool actually. So that's
Mhm.
what we are building. And apart from that, I work in the current company, which which I got into through Pesto. So the
Yes.
founder actually was building a product earlier, so that didn't work out. Now we are building another one,
Uh-huh.
and that is looking quite promising. So we are
Nice.
building that, and apart from that, Fabric. My founder is also very cool. He appreciates a lot. Like, okay,
That's
Shadab, you
amazing.
are building this. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's amazing. So good to hear that, Shadab. I'm glad that you find your tribe, right? If you're working with
Yeah.
people who appreciate side projects, nothing like it.
Yeah, it's very, very fortunate to be in like that. And this is the perk of being
Absolutely.
in Pesto. So the kind of company and that culture I got into, it was very difficult to find on my own actually.
Mhm.
Very difficult.
No, that's amazing. Yeah, thank you. I'll convey your regards to the team. Any message you have for the Pesto team, for developers who are working in Pesto, how they should look at the journey, which can really help them succeed like you did.
Um, uh, no, nothing as such. Like people, yeah. So everyone is like doing good actually. Quite like I'm quite active on our Pesto Slack. Uh,
Amazing.
so yeah, so I talk to a lot of people. So yeah, nothing like yeah, like have a keep just doing job will not suffice. Like it's not, just you are doing job and having a goal is very important. So like just doing job is not my goal. In long term goal is for me is to build a product and finally switch to that full time. So once I
Amazing.
have a good traction and all. So have a goal, work towards it even for 2 hours, 1 hour daily. Just getting your day-to-day job done and doing nothing is not really going to take you to your destiny. So have a goal, and even if let's say you doing a tech job is you love it and you want to do it, so then keep on improving your skills, keep on being
Mhm.
more, keep on improving your tech skills. If you want to do indie making, keep on improving your marketing skill, your selling skill, because right now building is not a lot of very challenging. Selling products are a bit challenging. So as per your goal, actually you need to, so yeah, have a goal and keep working towards it. So that's anyway, if people do that.
Yeah. Amazing. No, thank you so much, Shadab, for that advice. With that, we had like wonderful conversation. We of course like enjoy having you in the Pesto community. We'll be hosting a fireside chat with you as well to invite others, and they can probably like interact with you and have a lot of sort of ask you a bunch of questions which they're curious about. But we are super proud of everything you've done. I'm pretty sure like the journey is just getting started, and I'm really curious about your journey, how it unfolds in next few years to come. And thank you for taking our time and sharing all of those things with us today. I'm sure people will enjoy it.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for all your support and everything. Like I can't appreciate more you and Pesto. Like for anything we do, and you guys like come with open arms. So that's amazing, actually.
Absolutely. We are always here for you.